Hi lovely doctors, welcome back to my channel. For the next FMGE exam, there are about 4 months. Even if you haven't started till now, then you can still clear this exam. What you can do now is finish the short subjects ones, which are psychiatry, dermatology, anesthesia, and radiology. If you do this, you will feel confident that you have done 4 subjects. And they are easy scoring too. If you have taken any coaching, then go according to their plan, but just give these small subjects at least 2 hours a day, and you can easily complete them in 3 to 4 days if you're giving 2 hours a day. So some of you asked me about how to study medicine. The best thing I can tell you is you study a little bit of medicine every day if you haven't studied before. In my case, it was different because I had already done this subject before I started preparing for FMGE. Like, I started preparing from February and my exam was in July, but I had finished medicine in my college itself. But of course, I had to revise it and I had to do it in a FMG pattern because the MCQs needed some particular topics more and some concepts more. So that I revised and I added on, but I already knew most of it beforehand. But if you haven't, then you have to study a little bit of medicine every day. And if you can do that, then this subject will be over, and this will really help you in all the other subjects and in the whole paper. And even in part 1, this will help. The next long subject is surgery. Some of you will find it easy, some of you will find it very difficult. It is a very long subject, just like medicine, but our syllabus is not as vast as medicine. So we have a few topics which keeps coming, and those are the topics you need to master. Surgery is mostly GIT, and if you can do GIT first and finish it, the rest of it will be very easy for you. Next is OBGYN, and this is the most scoring subject out of the long subjects. And then comes PSM. If you can study OBGYN once, I think if you understand it, you will not forget it. You will be able to solve at least 50% of the MCQ with even a little knowledge. Questions are simple and more conceptual, so I suggest you give more time to this subject, and this will definitely give you more marks. And then there is PSM, which is a very big subject, and if you haven't studied till now, then you should do it because it is scoring. Of course, there will be direct questions. It will help you boost your confidence in the first part of the paper. Now comes the medium length subjects, out of which I find physiology the easiest. It might vary from person to person. You might find microbiology the easiest, or you might find pathology the easiest. For me, this was the case. So you find out your favorite ones, the ones you think you can do easily, and try to start from that subject. There will be a plan of your coaching, or if you haven't taken any, then this is the best thing you can do is just write them down point by point, that 1, 2, 3 are my strongest subjects, the rest are difficult for me. Then start with the easy ones and then go ahead. See, all the subjects will have a lot of information. It is not going to be easy. You have to make up your mind that I have a lot of information to process, and I will sit down and I will finish it bit by bit. In the first reading, you won't remember a thing. The second, you will remember a few. Then you will keep on remembering more and more. And slowly, you will be able to solve all the MCQs. About solving MCQs, you have to start solving it now. Even if you haven't started studying most of the subjects, even if you haven't touched most of the subjects, still you have to practice MCQs now. Now, talking about the common mistakes which students do are that they don't solve MCQs in the beginning. They think that after I have done all the subjects at least once, I will then start MCQs, the PYQs. But that's the wrong approach. I believe I have told in my previous videos also that solving MCQs is so important. If you solve those MCQs, you will know that some of the topics are getting repeated again and again, and those topics you need to master. That is why you have to solve MCQs now, and this will help you in your preparation. Next mistake is we tend to ignore those tables which are there in the notes or in the books, and we think that okay, this is a lot of information, we'll read it later and then forget about it. So what to do is that you take a photo of the table, or you print the paper and then stick it somewhere and then keep looking at it till you remember them. Another mistake is that people tend to study from multiple sources and they end up with a lot of notes, a lot of screenshots, and a lot of doubts. So, what I think is best is to stick to one source and then you just keep adding other sources to build up that knowledge. Don't make multiple sources as your primary source. This will only create confusion and it will consume more time you think you are saving by watching some other teacher because you don't like the teacher which you are studying from. Resources I used Cerebellum Mission 200 Plus program and I attended all the classes. Some of the classes, of course, I couldn't attend because of many reasons, but I made sure I watched the recorded videos the next day. I also attempted the late night PYQs which the app had, and I gave the ENDs, and I also gave some of the GTs, not all. Did I use RR videos or BTR? The answer is yes. I used BTR for some of the subjects like forensic, microbiome, biochemistry, and I tried some other subjects also, but because of the lack of time, I couldn't complete them, and I came back to my mission notes and I kept revising them. RR videos, yes, I did use RR videos of Preeti ma'am for the subject of microbiology, and I used one liner video which she uploaded just before the exam for pathology as well, and I just love her so much and I think it helped me a lot. But it was not like I was studying all those for the first time, because I had my mission notes and I used those revision videos which were there on YouTube just to revise what I learned. It was a good way to revise at the last moment because those sources are really great. In YouTube, you will also find so many revision videos. There will be some of them which will be entire subject revision in 2 hours. Of course, you can watch them if you have the time, but don't make them the primary source. You cannot watch them and feel like I'm done with this subject now. This is enough for me. That should only be a revision for you, right? You should have a grip of the subject beforehand in order to watch those videos. But I think in the last 1 month, your own notes, if you revise them 2 to 3 times, that will help you more than any videos you watch, because when you watch videos you are just passively listening, but if you're revising your notes, if you're writing something, or you are explaining to your friend, then you are active and you are learning more. So if you can do that, then it's the best thing. But sometimes we don't feel like revising, right? Sometimes we don't feel the energy to do so much. Then instead of watching reels or going through YouTube shorts, you can just go through those videos. You can just relax and watch those videos. Those will really help you. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.